Hello, hi, my name is Riwante. I'm representing Scope Box Tarot, coming to you with your Pisces season 2025 reading. Now, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I think I'm going to do this for every zodiac sign when their season approaches or when their season is taking place. Okay, now this is the closest to a full reading that I think I'm going to do on YouTube, and I think you're gonna like it. So if you are a solar Piscean, you've come to the right place. If you have significant Piscean placements, meaning you may have a stellium in Pisces, or you may have one or two planets in the sign of Pisces that are forming significant placements with other planets in your natal chart. Okay? You are in the right place. Now, let's say you are not, maybe you have a significant, you have Pisces in one of your big three, or maybe you're not any of those things, but you actually still want to know what's going on in Pisces season that may be affecting you. You're still at the right place. Whatever your category, you have found the right video. Now, the first portion of the video is going to be about the astrology of Pisces season. In that portion, I'm talking about transits, and I'm giving you a few pointers that you can take with you in order to help you navigate the celestial energies in the sky. There is a lot going on in Pisces season, so this may be of interest to you. The next portion is going to be the tarot reading. It's going to be significantly longer than the astrology portion. It's my favorite. Okay. In the tarot portion, I go over 4 things. Number 1, I talk about you. The first card that I draw will be representing you. We'll be talking about your possible mindset. We'll be talking about your focuses and your goals, and the things that you may be looking forward to as far as experiences during Pisces season. I'll be going over your opportunities for personal and spiritual growth, opportunities for career advancement, probably opportunities for love. I don't know all that comes up in this section until I draw the card, or unless I'm getting something from spirit to tell you. Okay? The third card will be the obstacle or challenges. Now, most people hear this and they're like, oh no, whatever should I do? Oh no, I don't want to face any challenges. I'm trying to live the soft life for 2025. And you know, I want to tell you, like, this is one of those things where this is the real world, and sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes unpleasant surprises happen, but that doesn't mean that you can't be prepared or that you can't be equipped to cross the bridge when you get there. So in this particular section, I will be reading the energy of what challenges may occur, delays, setbacks, what you can do in order to overcome the obstacle, and if it's not something that you can move around or avoid, how do you actually get through that? What are the things that you're going to need? I go over all of that in that section. And now the last portion is going to be the advice, and I pull that card for just additional insight that you may need in order to actually navigate Pisces season. And this thing is designed to be short, sweet, clear, clean, and digestible enough for everyone who is watching to be able to take something that they need and go with it. Now, if you've made it this far, I assume that you're feeling my vibe and you're ready to get it in. All right, now let's go into the astrology portion. See you there. Hey, welcome to the astrology portion of the Pisces season 2025 reading. So I'm coming to you to just tell you briefly about the transits that are going on between February 18th and March 20th. Okay, and I'm only going to talk about the major ones. I can't really touch on everything, but I can actually just tell you just like the overall big picture of it. So there's a stellium going on in Pisces right now, as of today even. So I have this book helping me just to kind of help me to deliver this. So right now you have Mercury in Pisces, you have Saturn in Pisces, you have Neptune in Pisces, and you have North Node in Pisces. There are other things that are going on that are related to the energies that are going to play a role, like Cancer and the fact that Mars is going direct today. Okay, right now as I'm recording this, it's February the 23rd. It's on Sunday. So today Mars is going direct. And then there's Venus right now. Venus is in Aries, but it is going to go retrograde on March 1st. And then it's going to shift into Pisces on March 27th. I know that's like outside of the Pisces season, but I still think that it's something worth mentioning, just due to the fact that there's just going to be so much energy, like including this, concentrated on navigating. Well, first, we want to talk about like what is real and what is not when it comes to, you know, the situations you may be dealing with your life. What is the truth and what is not the truth, right? What are your real desires and what are your false desires? Because when it comes to, you know, this energy, it's very nebulous and it can be kind of hard to distinguish between the two, because everything just seems just kind of like melding into one. And so some of the things that you want to keep in mind, right? In order to navigate this energy, when it comes to the fact that Saturn is in Pisces, it's a mutable sign, right? So it's always changing shape, always flowing into different shapes. And so Saturn introduces the energy of boundaries, of structure, of responsibility, of planning, of time. It's such a seemingly timeless sign, right? But it's introducing these limitations and these boundaries and these limits and the hyper awareness of reality, right smack dab in the middle of what feels like a nebulous spiritual dream world energy. So if you're going to go with the flow, right, do it responsibly. I know, like, with Pisces, the theme right now, especially like North Node in it, like the theme right now for this year, this season, like it's like being in divine, like in alignment with the divine, surrendering to the present moment, surrendering to like the path that we're on, knowing that we're not always in control. But there's something about Saturn in Pisces that says, do this responsibly too. Know that it is okay to still make a plan. It's still okay to actually, you know, have some form of discipline and awareness of your limitations when it comes to the things that you are dealing with in your life. You do not have to care less about these things. In fact, there's actually now, like, with all that is going on, there's even more of a reason to care about it. And be mindful, like, yes, this is also what I wanted to say, because Venus is going to be retrograding through Aries and into Pisces. Okay, yeah, in the beginning, it's gonna feel like, oh, like, you gotta be all going gung-ho about what we want and what we are going after and like what we're passionate about, please be able to distinguish between what is the truth of your desires and what's not true to you. What's not. Are you really, like, is it actually a real desire? This is something you have to think about, and this is something that you have to, you know, keep in mind. And then with Mercury in Pisces, like Mercury in Pisces is not actually what is an ideal placement. So there may be issues in communication. And it's not because Mercury is in retrograde or anything like that. Really, it's just because Pisces communicates, when it comes to Mercury in Pisces, it communicates in creativity. It communicates in the intangibles. It communicates in the things that may not be readily understood. And if you're not careful, even when you're communicating an idea or telling your truth to someone, you may not be coming across as clearly as you think you are. You may want to just be mindful of that, especially like when you're trying to resolve conflict. All right, just keep that in mind. And then with Neptune in Pisces, also like it's wonderful because it does like give us that extra oomph when it comes to leaning into our dreams and, you know, being inspired, creatively inspired, and, you know, feeling more in tune with the divine. But there's also that risk that you may be more prone to delusion, or you may not be perceiving the truth of things clearly. And then there's that whole energy of nothing being what it seems. So there's this huge potential for connection with the divine, connection with what you feel is your divine purpose, and being in alignment with the things that are truly for you, being able to go with the flow. But there's also that other side of things where you still have to make sure that you're grounded and you're still able to take care of the rest of your life, be able to navigate your relationships from a clear and rational place, and to make sure that what you want, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in a career endeavor or just whatever picture you want to paint for your life, make sure that it's in alignment with what you really do want, right? And when Venus does go retrograde into Pisces, I forgot to touch on this. I know I'm like all over the place, just forgive me. When Venus does go retrograde into Pisces, definitely the theme of past lovers. Well, actually, as long as Venus is in retrograde, the theme of past loves and financial issues that have been unresolved, any unfinished business, really, that's going to come up. And you may want to be prepared to tie those loose ends, be able to address what went wrong, pay off those little debts if you're able to, or at least start making a plan around how you're going to address those debts or address those financial issues. And yeah, like when Venus is in retrograde, I wouldn't be in a rush to make any decisions to start something new. It's generally not advised by astrologists or astrologers to do that while like planets like Venus and Mercury are in retrograde. No new things. When it comes to you know, beautifying yourself, if you are a person that identifies as a woman especially, wouldn't go on doing something adventurous like trying a new style. Stick with the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Water puns. Stick with the rivers and the lakes that you're used to this Venus retrograde. Like if you are going to get a haircut and color your hair. Like, do the color that you normally do. When you're cutting your hair, get the cut that you normally would. Like, you know, don't get too... And if you do want to try something new, and, you know, some people will feel the urge to do it, it's okay. But still do it within the lines and within the bounds of tying it in with something that you already do. Within a style that you already do, or within something that you already normally do to beautify yourself. Okay? And yeah. So basically the ultimate bottom line is what is for you is for you. And it would serve you to simply allow and let flow to you what is meant for you. Fighting for control over the uncontrollables is not a thing that you need to do here. Surrender to the current of your life and trust the divine to lead you to where you ultimately belong. It is okay, at the end of the day, to trust your process. Wherever you are in life, trust your process, because life has a funny way of working itself out where you do not have control. But make sure on the other end of that, where you do have control, where you, especially when it comes to the choices that you make, take the proper control and stay grounded in reality. All right, that's been the astrology portion of the Pisces 2025 reading. Moving on to the tarot portion. See you soon. Hey, welcome to the tarot portion of the Pisces season 2025 reading. So here's how it's going down. So I'm basically reading for the period of February 18th to March 20th. But I'm not just going to sit here and like, oh, well, if there's something going on outside of the 20th, I'm not going to include it in this reading. No, I'm definitely going to include anything that will apply to the Pisces that are watching this, or those of you who are tuning in for Pisces related matters. Okay? So over here, I am using what is called the Gilded Tarot deck. It's the oldies, but the goodies. I know, I'm just like, I'm actually getting the book because I want to be able to tell you who it's by. So it's by Barbara Moore. Shout out to Barbara Moore. I don't know if she's still authoring any more tarot decks or anything related to that, but I just wanted to show you just like the beautiful illustration. And I know like the flashlight is on. I don't want to like blind you guys with the light that might be reflecting off of this, and I can't really see it very well because the camera's facing the table here. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna show you my process. I already prayed. I already blessed the table, blessed the deck, blessed the crystals, prayed for protection. And I'm just gonna show you guys my shuffling process. So the first question I'm gonna ask, okay? The first question I'm gonna ask the Great Spirit, my loved ones, my guides, my loving ancestors, and the positive energies that are meant to speak through the reading today to everyone watching. I'm going to ask, where is the querent at? Where is the audience at? Great Spirit, loved ones, guides, ancestors. Oh, Nine of Wands actually flipped out. So I didn't actually... You know what? Yeah. Let me actually put that there. So that's going to be where you're at. I'm going to shuffle for the other placements here, for the other positions. Great Spirit, loved ones, ancestors, guides, please show me what is Pisces obstacle. And we're going to get a crack-a-lackin'. All right. And at the bottom of the deck is King of Wands. So, oh Lord, I'm just knocking everything over. So let me show you what the King of Wands looks like here. So with the King of Wands crowning your reading, right? I'm going to kindly put it here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I'm going to turn these over. All right, so I'm positioning this right now so you can actually see these, and I'm making sure that they're in frame. All right, so now Nine of Wands is representing you, okay? But King of Wands is representing the overall arching theme and energy of your reading. So when you see the King of Wands, you're seeing someone who's ready to take charge, ready to take control. There's like fire underneath their wings. Well, maybe not literally, but inside. They're ready to basically be the leader. They're ready to assert themselves. They're ready to establish. And I love the King of Wands because they basically walk to the beat of their own drum. They don't really care what anybody says. They really don't care what anybody else does. They're the leader, and they know that. They have the riz. They have the charisma, and they know it. They have what it takes to be a leader. They have what it takes to set a trend. They tend to be very attractive. They tend to be magnetizing, or magnetic rather. And they know the power that they wield. They are very aware. And they tend to be very motivated. They do have the courage, and they are bold in their creative pursuits or their entrepreneurial pursuits. Okay? And so the King of Wands just crowns this Pisces reading to give you that, just basically that sense of, hey, Pisces, it's your time. You know what I'm saying? It's your time, okay? And I know that this is somewhat in contradiction to what I said before about going with the flow. I want to clear this up by stating that what I was reading was more so for a collective. Just the collective energy of Pisces, as like just not specific to your sign, or not specific like just to you, like as you relate to the sign, but just the collective energy. This is more so, okay, how does this relate to me as the person watching this? And it's not just the celestial energy, right? So with this King of Wands, there's an invitation to be more assertive and bold where you need to be more assertive and bold. Lead where you do need to lead. Take charge where you do need to take charge. And for something that just seems like such a watery, passive experience, the fact that this is coming out as like somewhat of a message here, it just says a lot to me. It does say a lot to me. So moving on to the first card, like in the primary reading. So this is representing here, I don't know if you can see it. All right, this is the Nine of Wands. This is about perseverance. It's about moving, keeping on, even when things look dim, crazy, or just it seems like it's a little hopeless. Because sometimes when the Nine of Wands comes up, there's been a pattern, there's been a cycle that you've been dealing with, or something that you just keep going around in circles, going through it, and not really, there's peaks and there's valleys, but in the end, you're not really getting to the place or where you want to go, or reaching the goal that you want to reach. And so it's causing a little bit of frustration. It's causing a little bit of impatience. In this case, you're not exactly, I wouldn't say you're not trusting your process. You are doing your best. You're giving your best, but it's just one of those things where sometimes you may feel like your best isn't good enough. And I want to say that that's okay. It just means you're human. You're feeling and you're human. I'm not even sure who's watching this or why I'm even saying that. Because, Pisces is a feeling sign. They're very in tune with their emotions. They're not in denial about it. And they definitely are not going to shy away from the feelings that are associated with being human. But it is human to feel frustrated, and it is okay. I also pick up that some of you may be feeling in a relationship situation, in particular on the defensive. It's like you're on the outs with somebody and you are just gritting your teeth to the end of it. You can see the end, but you're just gritting your teeth at this point to get there. And I am so sad for you if that's actually your situation. I'm going to clarify this Nine of Wands just to get a little more clarification here. Oh my goodness. It's like, ooh. I have to tip it up like a little bit to get that glare off. I hope you can see it because it's like, it's so beautiful. I love the imagery in this Gilded Tarot deck. But yeah, I'm not going to digress too hard here. Great Spirit, loved ones, ancestors. May I have clarity on the Nine of Wands, please? Clarity on the Nine of Wands. May I have more context for the Nine of Wands? Thank you so much. Ooh, there was a whole clunk of the deck that just flipped over in my hand. Okay. Okay. Let me pick this up. That's funny. That is funny. All right, bottom of the deck is Nine of Pentacles. And Seven of Cups is your actual clarifier. That's your actual clarifier, okay? Seven of Cups. So there's a lot Pisces energy, Pisces dominant. Whomever you may be who's watching this, I don't know all your placements, but I'm just going to talk to you as if I do know. So there's a lot that you are striving for. And at the same time, you're not able to ground one thing into your reality. You're not able to stabilize or ground one thing after such a long time. And you know what the definition of insanity is? You're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a completely different result each time. And you've been living the definition of insanity. Yeah, you probably are looking for like a happy family. You probably are looking for that perfect job or that perfect career. You probably are trying to complete your education. You probably are, wanting to do more things for your leisure time, like travel, hang out with your friends. You probably are looking for a deeper relationship with your God or the God of your understanding. You probably are looking for a lot of things in your life to come together, and you feel like you've lived this long, you've done this much. And happy birthday to the Pisces that have had their birthdays and the ones who are having their birthdays, including today. You feel like you've been doing this much, but you're doing this much, but you're only getting this much, and you don't see an end in sight. You don't see one goal actually being established, or one thing that you desire being established. I don't know if you guys are like believers in manifestation, but I'm getting that some of you have even tried the like traditional manifestation methods. If like, besides like praying or whatever, maybe scripting, or even like listening to affirmations, like those free ones on YouTube, and things like that. Or you're recording your manifestations and you're listening to them while you sleep, or you're affirming robotically, or your 369 methods, the 55 times 5 method, all of that. Probably doing magic. I'm talking to a variety of people, so this may apply. And you have not been able to do one thing, like literally ground one of these goals. And so it feels like you're tired. It feels like you're ready to give up, but you know for a fact you can't. Because you also feel this close to achieving the goal. You can feel it in your soul. I don't know why that rhymes, but bars. I'm going to go with it. And I'm here to just basically tell you it is definitely okay to feel frustrated. It's definitely okay to desire what you desire. You deserve the good things in your life. You deserve beautiful things to be a part of your life. Your life doesn't have to be about struggling. It doesn't have to be about, going through the hard things all the time. I think that's the good news in all of this. But there's definitely a desire to establish at least one thing, one goal, achieve one goal that you have. So I'm going to move forward to what is in your way? Why is it so hard? What's making your life hard this season? Two of Pentacles. Let me show you. This is what the Two of Pentacles looks like. Okay. It looks like instability. Whether it's financial instability, relational instability. Some of you might be struggling to juggle work and play, or work and school, or church and school, or like I'm just gonna start naming the combination of things. When Two of Pentacles comes up, it just depicts that there is it's like the ups and downs of life. You're trying to just navigate the ups and downs of your life experience. And at this point in time, when you're watching this reading, or just whenever in your time, you are struggling to keep your priorities in check. You're struggling to maintain your grasp and your control over the things that you're prioritizing. And it makes it tough. It does make it tough to achieve your goals. It does. And I'm going to get clarity to give you more context on the Two of Pentacles. Oh, great spirit, loved ones, guides, my loving ancestors. May I get more context on the Two of Pentacles, please? May I get more context on the Two of Pentacles? Oh, great spirit, please. The Devil. Okay, and I just give this like, I'm just gonna put the disclaimer out there that if you are one of those people who get freaked out by seeing anything related to the devil, it's probably not for you. But for those of you who see this and know that this is an archetype or a representation of an energy, that does not necessarily make it actual Satan, then you understand enough to know what this could mean. And by the way, the devil is representative of Capricorn energy. So a Capricorn could be involved in your dealings. If it's not a Capricorn who's involved in your dealings, whoever is watching this, then this is just one of those things where you have become enslaved to something. And in that becoming enslaved or trapped by something, you are struggling to juggle or maintain any sort of balance in meeting your responsibilities or priorities. All right? This could be because of a vice. It could be because of an addiction. It could be because of, I'll just put it out there. It's so cliche, but maybe it's because of an ex. Maybe there's something in your life right now that ties you to an ex. And in the middle of you being involved with this person, that literally gives the for better or for worse so much more context. When, like, if you share a child with a person or something, and oh my God, I'm getting a little too real here. I'm getting too real. Just a little too real for this reading. Like, I didn't see the Pisces reading getting so gritty in the reality of struggling. But I'm picking up the energy of struggling with getting the priority straight, struggling to make a dream come true, and struggling to keep their life together. And dealing with something, whether you are the cause of this or not, or this, like, you are ensnared by it, and there is a need for you to be free. Some of you also may be afraid. Have you ever dealt with someone who was afraid of their own success? And they didn't know that they were afraid? You see them. They're just so effing talented. They're so effing beautiful. And they go around in this world as if they have no idea who they are. And and then they do something so powerful and so amazing, and then they just get this close, they get seen, they get recognized, they get praised, they get opportunities, and then they just, woof, you know what I'm saying? They just knock all this over. Like, no, I don't want it. No, oh God, what is it? You know, like, they react. They have a knee-jerk reaction to success because they're afraid of being seen. They're afraid of being recognized. They're afraid of what it means. They don't want to lose anything by having this success. They don't want to know what it is to endure the jealousy or to endure the haters, or lose their friends, you know? But here we are, like someone, I can see where someone benefits from playing small or thinks they benefit from playing small. Newsflash, you actually don't. You actually miss out on the blessings that Spirit has for you when you play small. Yeah, I don't even know who this is for. But yeah, you do not benefit from playing small or giving into fear. But aside, that is as an aside, apart from that message, I'm just seeing someone who's in a tricky situation. The Devil card represents tricky situations. It represents fear. It represents being ensnared by something that they once desired. Something that they once wanted, what they once thought was good. And they feel like there's no way out. Well, the devil is a lie in this case. That's a lie. But it's going to take a little while for you to process that part of your experience with this obstacle. I'm not saying that, you're going to deal with this forever. You're not. The good thing about this is that everything that's being depicted here as a possible part of your experience, it's temporary. It's all temporary. But it does depend on you, for the most part, how long you deal with it. And that's where the power of your choice comes in. Okay? And I'm going to move forward to the opportunity. 4 of Swords. You, Pisces, or viewer, look at this 4 of Swords. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Wow. Look at that. You get to rest. You get to actually connect with your inner self. Now, I'm not going around and I'm not going around like saying, just willy-nilly. Somebody here wants to quit their job so bad. They want to quit no, I'm not going to be the one to tell you. If you're looking for somebody to tell you to quit your job, that ain't it. I am not going to say that. What I am going to encourage you to do, though, is take a break. Find a way to get to a place where you can restore your soul. And Spirit is bringing you that opportunity this season, this Pisces season. In this place, the 4 of Swords, it's representative of healing. It's representative of rest, relaxation, restoration. A chance to just really gather your bearings before moving forward to the next stage or the next phase. Some of you have been fighting for so long. Just so long. Like, you don't know what rest really is. Like, you've forgotten, like, the heart of who you are and the heart of what you want. You've fallen out of touch with that in the middle of all this trying to strive for it. And you haven't even realized it. You haven't even realized it. And it's something worth considering. Maybe you need space and time away from whatever you're trying to struggle through and get to the finish line of, before going back and tackling it again and trying to get your priorities in order and trying to achieve the goal. And by the way, like, in this place, you also get to decide. Because some of the things that you say you want, if you really were to look at them, if you really were to look at some of the things that you say that you want, you would realize that they really are not edifying for you, for your soul. They don't do anything for you long term. And I mean, the point of it all is that everything is a temporary experience, to be honest. Like, there's no such thing as forever when it comes to this lifetime. But some of the things that you may want for yourself, if you look closely enough at it, it does nothing for you. Let's get to... And I see the Fool at the bottom of the deck. Some of you guys need a brand new beginning. Whether it's in love, whether it's in career, finance, whether it's... I feel somebody going no contact with a family member or with an ex. And it's actually for the very last time. The Death card isn't present here, like from what I can see, but I feel the energy of someone just branching off and be like, you know what, F this. I've been dealing with this for so long. I've been dealing with you for so long. Nothing's changing. The picture that I had of us together and the picture that I had where you were going to be a part of my life, I am not seeing that panning out. It's been so long. But I love you. And I don't know how to walk away. I definitely encourage you to take some space and rethink your priorities, rethink your desires. Because what you think you want may be ensnaring you. And the Fool card at the bottom of the deck, it's all about, it's a new beginning, it's taking a risk. You may not know what's on the other side when it comes to, when it comes to your situation. Like, take these as it resonates, because I know that not everyone is going to resonate with what's being said here, but somebody is ready to begin anew. They're ready to begin their lives anew. They're ready to press the reset button on whatever the situation is. And I'm going to clarify Four of Swords. Great Spirit, loved ones, guides, my loving ancestors. May I have more context to the Four of Swords, please? Five of Wands. Yeah, so much strife. So much confusion. I see, that the funny thing that came to mind when I pulled out the Five of Wands, dating actually came to mind. Because sometimes the Five of Wands, it represents competition. Five of Wands represents competition. And it represents processes, elimination processes, clarification processes in some cases. And in that Four of Swords, in the opportunity that you have, that Spirit is giving you to rest and to take a break away from the situation or the circumstance or the environment that is clearly becoming an obstruction to you, right? And not assisting you in meeting your goals or setting your priorities, right? The distance that you take from this will give you the opportunity to go through your own elimination process. You get to eliminate what isn't serving you. You get to eliminate what isn't helping you. You get to eliminate what, in the end, you get to decide what is real to you. What is real for you? Where are you really at, right? With yourself and with the things and the people that are involved in the area of concern, right? You get to decide. Take it how it resonates. Take this for what it is as it applies to your life. Yeah. And also for some of you, you get to look back it's so funny. I just be getting the funniest things. Do you ever like, this is kind of like one of those things where it's like you're on the Bachelorette show and you don't realize that you're on the Bachelorette show until someone does something and you realize that you're on like the ghetto version of the Bachelorette show. Surprise, B.I. blah blah blah. You've been cheated on. By your boyfriend who's been seeing 500 other people. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. It really isn't. Imagine wanting to build a life with somebody and then you find out that they actually like, yeah, and you find out that they're being unfaithful to you the whole time after they pledged their life to you, after they pledged to give you their all or whatever. And you get to think about this. You get to think about what you're gonna not settle for again in some cases. For some of you. And then like apart from that, this is more like a you going through an elimination process within yourself and deciding what serves you or what does not serve you anymore for this opportunity with the Great Spirit, with this Four of Swords. So take your rest, create some distance between yourself and the harmful thing or the sticky thing or the unclear thing. Or like, yeah. Really take a beat. Okay? I'm going to move forward to this last section here. And this is advice from the Great Spirit. The Ten of Pentacles. So the good news is that by the end of Pisces season, going into Aries season, you're going to have a clearer picture of what you want. You're going to have a clearer picture of what you need. You're going to have a clearer picture of your long-term goals. And you get to, at this point in time, you're going to probably change your priorities. So let's say, for example, your priorities right now are, I don't know. Let's say, for example, you are, I don't know. Like, let's say, I'm going to use myself as an example. Go to school and start a business. But because I also value my art so much and I love doing art, how do I fit it in? Like when I already like have a full-time job too and blah, blah, blah. You know, like use this for example. Like how do I fit that third thing in there? In the middle of all this other stuff that I'm doing. Going to school. Starting my business. Is there a way that I can incorporate art into my business? Perhaps. Right? And then there are others who might be like, oh, I'm going to prioritize my relationships. And I want to like spend more time doing the things that I love. Well, you're going to school. You have like 2, 3, 5, 10 jobs. And you're not sure, like, even if it's possible to prioritize your relationships. Because you're in survival mode. Well, what happens now? You think about what you really want long term. What really matters to you. At the end of the day. Through it all. And when you spot that, when you figure that out, you get to actually see how you can move forward. 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's all about what your ultimate wish fulfillment is. Okay? Did I just... Yeah. Look at that chef or whoever. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Da, 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 da. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, so Spirit wants to have a conversation. So Nine of Cups actually came back out. Six of Swords came out. That's the moving forward from the past, from rough times to better times, okay? And the Chariot, which is overcoming odds and challenges, okay? Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me see if you can see these. Yeah, you can see these. But yeah, it looks like, and at the bottom of the deck is Queen of Wands. Oh my god, this is wonderful. This is a good cap to the reading. Oh my god, that is amazing. So the Queen of Wands shows up as like the capping end of the reading to join the Queen of Wands. So it's one of those things where, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there was a divine counterpart stuff going on. Who's to say, okay, that when you decide to leave behind the thing or the person that is not serving you, that you don't actually meet someone worth your effing while? You know what I'm saying? Or that you are in now the place to receive the thing or the person or the relationship that's worth your while, right? Because once as long as this thing is in the way, there is going to be like, yeah, this is karmic stuff. This is like karmic relationship type thing. And you know, I hate using labels, but at the same time, if you have the opportunity to call a spade, do it. This is just a placeholder for the real thing. If you're trying to prioritize a relationship and it's actually getting in the way of you moving forward with your life in a positive way, that's a placeholder for the real thing that's supposed to support you and be your ultimate partner, your team player. Whether it's another person, right? Or whether you just need just you, yourself, and yourself, right? Take it how it resonates. But for those of you who are actually looking for a partnership or a companionship, not your regular old situationship or relationship energy, but the real deal, right? If you're looking for that, it's possible. This is for those of you who needed to hear that. It is possible. But you have to be willing to surrender the things that you know that are no good for you. The people that you know that are no good for you, you need to clear up your life of anything that has proven to be an obstruction to your goals and to achieving your priorities. You get to go through the elimination process when you step away from this stuff. Even if just for a temporary moment in time. Take like a day, take 2 days, take a week. Put your phone on do not disturb or something. Go to the park, sit by a lake. Go rest more. Like, take care of yourself. Really, really wind down. Go start the elimination process. Okay, well, this person did this thing and I didn't like it. This person said this thing the other day, and I can't stop thinking about it. It has me feeling some type of way. You have you can talk about it to them if you want. But hey, look, something that I learned recently is sometimes you don't need more information in order to recognize when something's not in alignment for you. And when someone is showing you who they are in 2025, we are going to believe them the very first time. Someone's having hater energy toward you and some little bit of snide comment about your achievement slips out, mark it. You're gonna need you're gonna think about this later, and you're gonna realize they're not as for you as you once thought. Same thing with relationships. If you have a jealous partner or a partner that does not really wish you well, I'm telling you, you're gonna start to see it. You're gonna see it. But you have to be willing to take the rose-colored glasses off and see the people in your life. Don't pedestalize them. See everything and everyone for who they are. Okay? Now, back to the advice from Spirit here. That with the Ten of Pentacles, clarified by Nine of Cups, Six of Swords, and a Chariot, definitely, 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 you are headed toward easier times. No, it's not going to come. It's not going to come without its set of challenges. But you have what it takes. As long as you are able to nurture yourself, as long as you are able to look, when it comes to, and this kind of brings me back to the hypothetical person that I was talking about, who's afraid of being seen, or afraid of success, or afraid of things changing because they're in their comfort zone. There's going to be one side of you that believes in your success, and then there's going to be the side of you that tries to talk you down. Call it false narratives, call it negative programming, whatever you want to call it. You get to decide which side of yourself you feed. You get to decide which voice you listen to the most, which voice you give the microphone to the most. You're not always going to be able to shut the negative side up, but you definitely get to decide whose side you're going to be on within yourself. The one that believes in you or the one that doesn't. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. You get to decide which side of yourself, whether the side of you that believes in you and your ability, or the side that criticizes, that nitpicks, that puts you down. The voice of quote unquote reason that you might have heard from your parents or your false friends growing up, or your teachers. You get to decide which one of these people you're going to give more power in your life. I'm going to leave you with that there, okay? And I see at some point, some of you who, in seeking this solution to achieving your goals and breaking the cycle of failure that you are experiencing, or setbacks and delays, I see some of you going to travel with the Six of Swords and the Chariot here, in search of your wish fulfillment, in search of the establishment of your long-term goals. You're gonna you're gonna press the reset button, just like I said with the full card before coming out at the bottom of the deck. Some of you are going to be traveling, relocating to a new state or country or city in the effort to begin your life anew. And this is after you take that break. And I'm not saying, I actually feel like this happens after Pisces season, to be honest. For some of you. Or whoever in particular is watching this, to whom it will apply. Yeah, I feel travel like it's going to happen after Pisces season. But more than anything, like at the end of Pisces season, I can see you guys figuring it out. Finally figuring it out. But the advice for Spirit is definitely, don't place limits on yourself as far as to how far you will go. You've got to believe in you. probably more so than other people believe in you. Like, you could have a family, a very supportive family member, like a grandparent, or like an aunt or an uncle, and they could believe in you until they're blue in the faces. But their support cannot outweigh the support you give yourself. Their belief in you cannot outweigh the belief you have in yourself. And that's one of the keys. One of the other keys here. Whew, I'm a little light in the head right now. There's a lot that's been coming through. And then I want to say also, like, there's some of you here who have been doing this by yourself for a long time. You're not meant to do it alone. You need someone by your side. You do actually need someone by your side. Especially when it comes to a business endeavor. With the wands coming out, it's a very enterprising energy. Very creative energy. Okay? Think about it. There's a lot of wands in your reading. So there's some creative energy. There's some like enterprising energy and motivated, inspired energy in this reading. And it's something you want to think about. You really want to think about, like, who you decide to move forward with. Who you really want in your corner. Everybody needs someone in their corner. That's just my personal belief, though. And along with self-love, there's got to be like a community love. We weren't necessarily made to go through as much as we do by ourselves. We do it because we have to. But what if I told you, now you're in a season where you no longer have to? So that's something to think about. Okay? But this has been your reading. I really hope that this has made sense to you, because, like, I feel like I've been all over the place. Please comment down below and let me know if your reading resonated. Pisces, Piscean, dominant, cross watchers. All right. And don't forget to like, share the video. And if you want to receive more updates for my readings that I post, subscribe to the Soapbox Tarot channel. And until next time, it's been great. My name is Riwante from Soapbox Tarot. Bye for now, okay?